So it's just one of those things that that we have to balance. That's the business that we're in. And if the business, and what could crush the business that we're in is that every price is known and everything is going to be known. Then our services are not needed because there is no risk. And if there's no risk, there's no opportunity to make money. So all that being said, so those are the fundamentals of it. All that being said, at the end of the day, you cannot know. And it will be obvious after the fact, kind of like betting on a football game. Oh man, it was so obvious that they were going to lose. Yeah, now, on Monday morning, but while the game was going on, there could have been an upset. There could have been, the odds for an upset or the payout for an upset were really high, in Vegas. And so you're taking the bet, and it might be, we'll pay you 10-1 on the Lions, no offense to anybody from Detroit, if they win this game. Well, it just tells you that the probability, everybody is pricing in a probability that they will not win against the team that they're playing at the moment. But I might take that trade every time because it's 10-1 odds. Like I just need, one of these to pay out every 7 times or 8 times for me to actually be cash positive. There's no way for me to know if this is the game that will turn this team around or this is the season. That's what we're betting on. And you do this, by the way, as an entrepreneur, you do it as a student, you do it as somebody who's about to catch the bus, you do it as a driver, and you're trying to hedge some of your risk with insurance, things like that. We do it all the time. It's just when it comes to trading and there's money tied up and there's instant feedback, our brain just doesn't like it. It just can't handle it. So what does that mean? You're never betting on something that has happened. So you're saying, am I trading the right way? I have no idea because the next trade is coming. How do I know that I'm looking at the right thing to get the right story? I set these certain parameters, which we cover quite a lot. I set these parameters. I believe based on these parameters, watch John's videos in the morning. I believe based on these parameters, if these areas hold, or if this LIS holds, or if it doesn't get into the other distribution, blah, 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 I expect that the market will eventually get exhausted and it's likely to turn the other way. So my job is to define an area where I can take as little risk as possible and take the trade. And that's what a setup is. A setup is not a money-making concept, a money-making machine. A setup is simply a set of rules that allow you to take a trade in the direction of your bias with a set amount of risk and a minimum reasonable amount of return for that risk.